Hey, it's Kim. This is my final Google Skills checklist, and it is Google Classroom, which have a little bit of experience with from some former classes. We're a Google district, but we use Canvas as our LMS instead, and I love Google Classroom. I just think it's so easy. Um, I don't know if it has all the features that Canvas has, but very similar. So we did have Canvas way before we did go to Google, so maybe that's why. But anyway, I'm just going to kind of start from the top down and figure out or talk about what I found out. Um, so on here, this is my personal Google Drive. Um, since I don't have access in my professional. So these are some other classes I've been invited to from students in some of my other technology classes. And then I did make a sandbox at one time, didn't go too far into it, but to create a new class, say I'm teaching multiple subjects, if I'm not like an elementary teacher where the kids are with me all day, say I'm junior high where I teach language arts and social studies perhaps, this is how I would create multiple classes. It's very easy, just clicking on the plus button. So either you're going to join a class or create a class. So I'm going to create one, agree to the terms and continue. And then we're going to name it, and I'm going to call it Burke Math. I'm going to do sixth grade math period. Oh, gives me that option. Sorry. I'm a special ed teacher, not a classroom teacher. So that's a faux pas for me for sure. Period 2 and math. So I can take that in the room. I'm gonna just say, give it a room number, and I'm gonna go back here and I'm just gonna change it to my name. And I'm gonna create that. Our internet is super goofy. So that is the creation of it. I'm going to go back into the one I was just learning with, so I can kind of show that, which was this one, obviously, the name of our class. Sorry, it took me a little bit to find it. So I went in to invite people to come to the class. I went to people. And then if you want to add students, super easy, click on I love Google just because it uses all the visual supports that make it so easy to find things. So I can invite students multiple ways. I can invite them through a link to the classroom. I can copy that if it's going via email. I can create my group from here. There were some people in my family that didn't let me create, but I did put my kids in here. And then I can, when I'm trying to get in touch with the students down the road, I can select them all and what I want to do, if I want to remove any or if I want to email all of them at one time, or I can just select various to do that as well. So that's how we added students and creating our roster. And then when we're looking at information going out to students, this is another way they can join by class code as well. So whenever I create something, it will pop up in this box on the left, the upcoming, which is nice, does the same thing on Canvas, just on the other side. And then I've created a few announcements, and I like that you just go into here and then you decide what you're going to do versus Canvas when you have to select, is it an announcement, is it a module, is it a this or that? So I do finally know where to find announcements now in Canvas, but I just think this is laid out well. So my first one, the oldest is at the bottom, the newest is at the top. That's a way to kind of for the kids to remember. And then let's see, I can't open my own. So I can always move those around if I want. I can edit them if I want. But I just went in and I just said, welcome to our class, an announcement there. I'm going to save it. And then I did a couple different announcements. This was a discussion. And then here's where I can go to grade it. Hasn't been assigned to any students. Nobody's going to accept my invitation in my family, especially at 9 o'clock on a Saturday morning. So that's why nobody's in there. And then here's where, oops. Here's where I can actually create the assignment due. So I give that assignment a title. I can type my instructions here. I can have a lot of options for my text here to make it look super cute and pretty, as teachers like to do. And then here's where I can upload things that I might need for that assignment. So if it's a folder or something from the drive they're going to complete, if it's a file from my hard drive, if it's a link, if it's a video, and then if I want to attach any of these other Google tools. So I went in, it automatically gave me the option to create a form, Google form right here. So I did that, my spring trivia form, and then I linked it in there. So then over on the right here, I can decide who it's for. If it's for all students or I want to assign it to particular students. If I have a student who I'm either maybe doing some remediation with or extension with, I might have a different assignment that I would assign to them and only them in here. And then I can assign the points, or I can say if it's ungraded, and then when the due date is and the time, and then what the topic is, if I want to create a topic for that. And I can add a rubric, and it actually gives me options to create, reuse one, or import from Sheets, which is super awesome. And then I can save that. And here's where, oh yeah, I do have to set that up with our system. So I haven't set up a grading system, obviously, but this is where I would manage all of that if I were to set it up. And let's see, turning in assignments. I don't have an iPad and I have my phone, but I keep getting kicked off the network here. So I haven't actually looked at it from the student side, and I know there's some options here. I watched some videos though on how to a student to private message the teacher from the app on a tablet. The notifications, the private messages, and then turning in non-Google files. I did not watch that. I need to do that. So that's really the other piece of it that from the student view that I can't really show here, but I did explore that through some YouTube videos just to see what that looked like. So that is pretty much it for my Google Classroom. I really like this for, I wish I had for all of our district classes that we teach as coaches, we do use Canvas. So I do kind of wish we had opportunity for this, but I don't see that in the near future. But I think it's really nice. And I think I do know my friends who use it in their districts. It's really easy for them and really easy for the kids. Kind of looks a little bit like Seesaw, which we were using for K2 during remote learning. So that is all. Thanks so much.